Smash burgers, an absolute classic. Everyone loves them, and they can be pretty cheap. I'm going to show you how to make $1 smash burgers that are better than most restaurants and will keep you under budget. Beef I have here is 80/20 ground chuck, $4 for a few pounds, 80% meat, 20% fat. Will help you A, reduce costs, but B, give you a nice, juicy, crispy burger that you're looking for every single time. So I'm taking the meat, I'm making individual balls, making sure to not press too much on the meat. You want to make sure it's nice and loosely packed. See how everything is still kind of separated? When we smash the patties, that's going to help it stay together. And of course, what is cooking like without your animals with you? I got Parker and Gracie here, my two sous chefs. Next ingredient here, I got some onion, my personal favorite ingredient on here. Really adds to the whole thing, whether it's fresh, griddled, whatever. The biggest thing is making sure you cut it super thin. I have a yellow onion. Cut the outside, cut the two ends off, and take the outside skin. Make sure you get that crap off there, and then cut it nice and thin. You know, there's no real rhyme or reason to it. Just make sure it's thin, whatever shape you got. It'll be good to go. So, head to the cast iron skillet, medium-high heat on this. Make sure it's nice and, like you see here, smoking hot. Toss on your burger balls. Let them sit for a second. Make sure they get a little crust to start. And then I took some parchment paper, put it on top, and smashed it down pretty freaking hard, if you ask me. The point of the parchment paper is so it'll release easily from the spatula. Otherwise, it'll be all sticky and it won't really work too well. So make sure to use some parchment paper, or wax paper works too. Or if you're in a pinch, go ahead and use some aluminum foil. But I definitely recommend some parchment paper. So squash them down. Next up, gonna go ahead and season them up. I have some just salt. All you need is salt. There is no oil on the cast iron. There's nothing in there except for the beef fat. That's why I use 80/20 beef as well. Got a lot of fat content out there. So, as you can see, after about a minute and 15 seconds, took it off, flipped it, and you got that beautiful brown crust that you're looking for. One looks better than the other, but you know, it happens. Get some white American. Typically you use yellow American, whatever. I personally love the white American. I think it melts really nicely and it reminds me of a cheesesteak. Now with smash burgers, typically I like to griddle my buns, but since you're gonna have a nice crispy burger, I like having the contrast of a steamed bun on top. So put that on, let it kind of get glued with the cheese. Take it off, and on this round, I'm gonna actually smash some onions into the patty. Just a different way to look at it. You know, whatever you guys like is always up to you. So same technique, parchment paper on top, smash it down. I can't even explain how important the parchment paper is. You can really mess up your burger if you don't use it. Smash it down. Mine got a little burnt on the outside, so that happens sometimes when using a really hot skillet, so be careful. Again, season with salt, and then toss on some onions. I put on some extra just because I like it. Smash it down one last time just to make sure that it sticks on there, and flip it over. Now you're going to basically have some griddle onions already built into your burger. And the best part is, onions are super cheap, this beef's super cheap. Again, toss them with the cheese. Alright, next I'm going to slice up some tomato nice and thin. Because the burger's really fatty, it helps to balance things out with some acidity and freshness. So go ahead and slice it nice and thin. And that really is the key. Thin patty, thin onions, thin cheese, thin tomato. It'll be much easier to bite through it later and offer a much better burger experience for you. So slap that on there. I like 2 pieces. And condiments are up to you. I like some ketchup, mayo's great, mustard, relish, up to you. Slap it on, and that is it. $1 sliders, smash burgers, whatever you want to call them. So good, great value, about $1 per serving. So much flavor, and it really is a fantastic burger experience. This is B. Lou at B. Lou's Foods, and always eat up!